I'm Blair, and this is the Dirtbag Association. I like to give my take on the Telluride Ski Patrollers strike. And it's probably not going to be the take that most people are giving at this point in time, but I think it's going to be kind of valid. I'm going to start off by saying I am a former union member and also a public safety member. I'm a retired Boston firefighter. So I hope those ski patrollers get everything they ask for, because I understand the job they do, how important it is, and how their actions keep the mountain safe, keep the people safe, and make the sport go forward. But that being said, I think, again, we're having a time and place where misplaced anger and rage is what's happening. I think the actual brass tacks, the numbers involved, the sheer couple of dollars that they're asking for, even if they get it, isn't going to fundamentally change their overall well-being, their overall ability to actually maintain in that environment. Because everyone talks about paying the ski patrol a living wage. What is a living wage in a community like Telluride? You could instantly press a button and give everybody on that mountain that is support staff, that's the cooks, the lifties, ski patrol, you could double their wages tomorrow. It's going to give you that feeling that you gained something, but fundamentally, it's not really going to make your life in Telluride more affordable. Because you could drop me off a couple of years ago with the salary that I was making before I retired, which was more than $40 an hour, and say, we're going to pop you in that main street of Telluride. Go ahead, maintain, live a good life, and enjoy yourself. And I wouldn't have been able to do it. It's not structurally affordable for anybody in a certain bracket. And the thing about it is, we can blame the corporations, but it's not really their fault. It's a whole lot of other forces. And the corporations kind of know that. You can't give in to those quick and easy demands, because it's not going to fundamentally change the outcome. And then next year, you're going to have the same demands from that group and from another group. It's very similar to when the Park City ski patrollers went on strike last year. I knew that was going to be a snowball. It was no way that it couldn't be. Every other ski patrol group is going to want their extra pay. And I'm not going to say they shouldn't deserve some extra pay, but it's not the systematic thing that is going to affect their overall well-being. And most pay structures, if you have a good job, aren't just the pay and the paycheck. It's also the benefits, and it's also all the other things that happen when you have a good job. And in a place like Telluride, the biggest thing is the cost of housing. And I guarantee you, I'm not positive, but hear me out. And I'm going to use an example from the cruise ship industry to kind of set my point. But if you allowed those destination resorts to clear a couple of acres of land of beautiful, pristine trees, just bulldoze it over and put up a 10, 15-story structure that had 200, 250 units, where you could house 2 or 3 employees in each unit, if you could do that, I guarantee you a lot of those destination resorts would do it. They would set that up. They'd put a restaurant in the bottom, maybe a discounted commissary in the bottom too, so people could get groceries. I guarantee those type of things would be done. But if you try to set that up in one of those environments, you're going to have homeowners, you're going to have politicians, you're going to have environmental groups all pushing back for their different reasons. Those same people who are beeping their horn when the patrollers are on strike or putting comments in like pay a fair wage are some of the same people that would shut that down in a heartbeat. And it's things like that that ultimately affect the way a person is able to operate. Because food, groceries, transportation, all those things are important. They're big and they definitely add up. But something like housing in a place like Telluride, that's unattainable for most, almost for all. And yet you still get people saying movie stars and billionaires are the ones on the mountain and the ski patrollers keep them safe. Yeah, maybe there are some movie stars and there are some billionaires that are riding that mountain, but it's not the Yellowstone Club. I've went to Telluride. I'm sure a lot of the people who are watching this video have been to Telluride. And if you're a movie star and a billionaire, well, I'm happy that you're watching, but chances are you're not. So it's all the people that drive up into that box canyon that are affected when the patrollers go on strike. Or even better, I'm gonna frame it better. When the patrollers don't focus their energy on doing the things that actually make a difference. Because $1 or $2 an hour, that's not going to make any type of difference. It's just enough to make the corporation seem evil and wicked, but it doesn't make the cost of living any easier to digest with another $5, $10, $15, $20 an hour, because those places are just too expensive. And what I was talking about with the cruise ship analogy, it takes a lot of employees to run a cruise ship. But the one thing about that is when you get that contract or you sign whatever you sign in order to take that job on a cruise ship, there's housing for you. They gotta house you in the confines of that ship. You don't see people on dinghies following behind the cruise ship and, squalor. So that aspect of housing is built into the compensation. And it's almost always that. I would love to see the driving force of the ski patrollers actually get with the mountains and try to take on the system that they need to take on. Reduce the restrictions for building something. Get the town behind actually providing the infrastructure that is needed to support one of the biggest things in industries in that community. And that's another one of the parts is the majority of people who live there comfortably don't necessarily care about employment in a lot of ways because they've already earned what they've earned. They're living on dividends. They have a business that's doing this, and they're not necessarily worried about the driving force or the engine shutting down that brings tourists into the community. They actually probably want to keep it a little bit more isolated and to themselves. So misdirect anger is never going to get the desired result. I want those patrollers to have great jobs, do everything they need to do, and get paid and compensated well. But the bigger point isn't just the dollars. It's a whole lot more structural. And that's what we need to talk about. We need to direct energy to the goal that actually moves the needle. I'm Blair, and this is the Dirtbag Association, where our wax is old, our knees are older, but the stoke doesn't melt. See you on the mountain.
I don't ask for too much.